this glow, bust off like a... Welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be known what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been on my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on this fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these wanna date us. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
Know what I'm talking about? Hold up.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah.
Yeah.
Get out the way, get out my way, yeah.
Yeah.
You either with me or against me, though. You either with me or win. Win, 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 win.
Yeah.
Curve everything else. Win, 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 win.
Win.
These ops ain't win, 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 win. Start chasing that. Win, 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 win.
Yeah.
Big J Rock go. On 10, 10, 10, 10. Exit at 4. Bring friends. Matt Black 2 dope. Jump in. You might want to keep scope. I win. Forearm tattoos. That's squad. All of them go. Don't try. I walk in room. They eyes wide. Third album come soon. I'm glad y'all gon' die. I ain't chasing after no. I got bigger plans for staying rich. I've been tapped in since I was 6. I tap dance all on them. And your diamonds like tap water. That drip way too foggy. These VVS is way awesome. Park CLS for.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Come on now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Let's rock now. Straight green. Gun. Next grab.
From the 50, Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Come on now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Green. Hey.
Throwing again. Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Hey, get right down. Hey.
Newton now to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. Dancing to his left. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Panthers have recovered. When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football? So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play. You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Travaris Cadet, his first carry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Newton. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3. And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, 18. Gotta go.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. His throw caught right around the 6. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. To throw is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
To throw on second down is Newton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Newton. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's going to field this at the 4. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Let's go. Red up. Red up.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 60 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this game.
They need points.
Big time.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point try, good by Gano. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
And got his man complete. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Newton now to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He is putting on a show in this second quarter, racking up the receiving yards as he has a 1st down. On 1st down, Newton to the right side, and he's got Moore complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about it. The way he
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Goldman in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. Two minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still little work to do on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Now it's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Trubisky will throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. On 1st down, Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. That one goes for 24 yards. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it?
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Let's see if they do just that. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go. Move.
Now Trubisky to throw. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Do something.
Here's Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Carolina. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard now to the 16.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
20.
On second down, here's Newton. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Third and long, it's Newton. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to fourth down. And Godot's kick is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, gotta go.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. On third down, Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
18.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Trubisky now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Golden. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. He'll rifle this one deep right, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 73 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Trubisky. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing is Newton, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
2nd and 10, Newton again. He's going to go for a big play. He's got him in, complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big play there for the Panthers. 48 yards. On first down, it's Newton. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Back to the air, Newton on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Throwing again is Newton. Being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. From the 50, Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Trubisky. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he completes it to Cohen. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And a little spin cycle, room to run now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Back to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 7.
18. Move.
He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Here's Newton. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Panthers coming out now. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First throw in overtime for Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Spinning past him. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Second and 10, it's Trubisky again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Thompson in there to get him for a loss of 5. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Let's see what they draw up here. Third and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Gotta go, gotta go. Red's up! Red's up!
Now Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It was Eric Reed in on the stop. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say, get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. This being their second opportunity in overtime, third overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
Here's Newton now on second down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Panthers on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Newton. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Leonard Floyd. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Captain Mutterland. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10.
20. Do some.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And that's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner.
Here we go.
And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.